Thank
So,
you.
welcome back to the wild behind the Witchlight. So, last several sessions you spent at the carnival, but you realised something was slightly amiss at the carnival. People going missing, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light talking about some type of Feywild nonsense going on. And you managed to steal the watch from Mr. Witch, which was great. And they took you to the Wall of Illusions. You recited a phrase and the watch, unfortunately, I can't remember who it was, but fell to the ground and didn't get transported to the Feywild. But as you step through, going through the portal, you see, as you take a step through, not knowing quite what to expect, you transform or transport to this area. And you stand.
Black.
It's black.
Yeah, the screen's black. There we go.
I can see.
I can see a little bit of a bridge.
That's good. That's what you should see. You stand at the end of a raised and broken causeway under a hazy, twilight-lit sky. The causeway, which is built from pale stones that glow faintly from within, towers over the surrounding landscape, but large sections of it has crumbled away. The parts that remain in place are separated by large gaps where portions have collapsed, and a fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions, and up from the muck wafts the smell of rotting plants. Also rising from the swamp is the music of nature, a discordant symphony of croaking frogs and singing birds. And your vision is very much limited as you look around. You can't really see much through this fog. But Astraeus, your eyes turn to the sky, and everybody else, Kuhn, Matilda, Idylix, you wonder what he's looking at. But Astraeus, you look up in the skies. The rest of you guys don't see much. What does Astraeus see?
Oh, Astraeus now sees just thousands and thousands of stars. More stars than he's ever seen before. And is just bewildered by all those gleaming lights in the sky.
The rest of you don't see any stars.
You good, Astros? You spacing out?
Can you see all those stars, guys? They're amazing.
Can't say
Beautiful.
I do.
What do you mean?
All I see is
Thousands of them.
fog.
Oh, you've got to see through the fog.
I guess your eyes are better than mine, because, yeah, I can't see beyond it.
Oh. Well, it's okay. I can see them all, and I can describe them to you if you wish.
Sure.
They're beautiful.
Do you see anything else in the sky? Or just stars?
Just stars. I can see the stars making shapes, but just stars for now.
What kind of stars? I mean, what kind of shapes are the stars making?
What that one over there looks like a dragon. Can you not see?
Are you sure?
Oh.
No, like I said,
No.
I only see the fog. Are you sure it's not an actual dragon?
I hope not.
I hope
But I
not
just
as
think
well.
it's stars. Wow.
If you look down, do you see the fog around this bridge we're on?
Yes.
I see fog
okay.
around us, yes. Just through the fog I see the stars.
And as your eyes are peered upwards, Astraeus, in the distant sky, you spot a great balloon made of patchwork material. It spins out of control as though it's punctured, causing the wicker basket that hang from it to swing wildly. The balloon plunges out of sight, disappearing into the fog, approximately a mile away. Kind of off in this direction.
Okay, guys, you've got to have seen that, right?
Yeah, I think I saw something. What was it? A giant balloon?
I don't know, but something just crashed.
You think there were people on that?
I was too busy looking at the stars. I just caught it in the corner of my eye.
Ah,
Well, I didn't see anything. Oh, did
I
did it look like there's someone that needs help?
Well, we should find out. Balloons don't fly themselves, do they?
Well, all they require is wind and someone to let them go.
was it like a balloon where a person hanging onto the string, or like a?
Like a hot air balloon. Like a hot air balloon. Like a big balloon at the top
yeah.
and a wicker basket below it.
Ah, yeah.
And the wicker basket was kind of going round and round and round as the... Looks like the balloon had been punctured, you know, and all the air's rushing out and it's... Doing a...
like a cartoon.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, it had a basket underneath.
Perhaps there might be treasures or something in it.
Or people that could help us around here. I mean, we don't know where we are.
I think we should find a way down. But
Yeah.
I am tired.
Yeah, we should definitely be on the lookout for some place to get some shut-eye.
Idluk starts writing in his book to the other members of the party, and is suggesting that we probably should try to find a place to rest for the night, as Mathilda said.
But if somebody got hurt in the balloon accident, shouldn't we help them first?
We should,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. We do need a guide. I mean, this place kind of reminds me of home. I mean, Matilda's going to go over to the edge and look down. I guess what she sees is a... What kind of landscape can she see?
Boggy swamp. Lots of swamp water everywhere. Mangroves piled with fetid pools. You see mushrooms. And in fact, you see some mushroom. You're about 100 feet up here. You're 100 feet from the bottom here. But you do see some mushrooms down the side. And some kind of things that could function as handholds if you wanted to climb down. But very much boggy, marshy swamp.
And the balloon crashed somewhere down here, or
Somewhere to the east of you.
to the east? Yeah.
Does anyone
This
have a
kinda-
rope?
No. But there are stands for us to climb down.
Yeah, you could climb down fairly easily. There are some handholds and footholds kind of carved into the pillars supporting this causeway. And they don't go all the way to the bottom, but they go to the top of the mushrooms. So you could climb down the footholds and kind of bounce on these mushrooms to get all the way down.
I
say
do
the
have a
mushroom-
rope as well,
Okay.
which we probably
say-
could use to support us if we need to do that.
Would you say the mushrooms are about halfway up?
That's correct.
Or yeah, okay. Yeah, I have rope as well.
Nice.
Maybe we should just tie ourselves to one another, and just in case somebody slips, the others can grab him.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So should we use one of the ropes to tie us together, and we'll save the other piece of rope to hopefully lower us down later on?
Sure. Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think also the heaviest person should stay at the back, like to be some sort of anchor in case someone is slipping and falling.
That might be you.
That might be it. Looks, yeah. And perhaps the lightest one, Matilda, should go in the front.
How much
yeah.
does Edelux weigh?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. I don't think I've. I think
Probably-
about
Probably quite a bit
107.
considering you're made out of gems, right? Probably
Yeah,
on the heavier side.
I think
And you
about 200
heavy
to
armor.
250 kilograms, and the heavy armor, of course. So yeah.
Yeah, Matilda's probably the
200
lightest.
250
42 pounds.
kilograms.
Yeah, probably
Wow.
something around there.
It's a big
Funky
boy.
guy.
That's a massive. About at least twice the weight of me.
Yeah, so it looks goes in the back, I guess.
Yeah, Matilda goes first with her 19 kilograms.
19. Right, just.
Yeah, I'm 119. I'm 111 kilograms.
Okay, so Matilda is tied off onto one end, Idolix on the other. What's Astraeus and Kuhn doing?
I think I should go behind Matilda because I don't
Sure,
think you should
go
have.
ahead.
I don't think you should have all the heavy weight at the back.
Sure. Go for it.
Okay, so you
I'll
tie
be.
up in that order, no problem. And are you heading over, Matilda?
Yes.
Okay, make me an athletics check at advantage. First roll of the
Ooh.
session, always important.
Let's see. Advantage. Oh, that went wrong. An 8. That means 7.
Oh, it's an
I
advantage.
mean, if I could use acrobatics or my dexterity instead, that would be better. But
Don't forget I said it was at advantage, so you get to roll again.
oh yeah,
that was advantage.
I did. That was advantage.
Yeah.
Was it?
A 1 and an 8, so 0 and 7.
Doesn't it say 8 minus 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, if you're sure that was at advantage, it just doesn't come through on the game log. I just see 8 minus 1.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh.
come through on roll 20. It's come through
Yeah.
as a 1 and a,
Yeah.
a
Oh,
1
I
and an
see.
8. But
Oh, that's
Yeah.
strange. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so 7 is enough. You scramble down using the weight of Idolix, and you get lowered down onto the mushrooms, no problem. You kind of use the hand holds as well, and you're halfway down.
I guess I'll keep going.
Well, you're at the end of the rope now.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll wait for the others to go
Well,
further down.
we're-
Then.
Yeah,
Who's
we're
next?
following her, so
Yeah.
So
I
who was
guess
next?
if we
I
have
think,
50.
I think Astraeus was next. Oh, yep. Okay,
Yeah.
Astraeus, same thing with you. Athletics at advantage. No problem. Scrambling down. Yeah, and you meet up with Matilda on top of one of these mushrooms. And Kuhn, you going to head down?
Yep.
Same deal for you?
I'll go half speed, just checking every foothold so it doesn't crack under my weight.
Okay.
you're a
You
goat.
know.
Extra care.
You're a proficient climber.
Uh,
I'll
and-
just
13. Yep, same deal. With the weight of Idolix, you kind of slip a couple of places, but it's not a big deal. Got a big, huge gemstone dragonborn there, so no problem. Idolix, you're up there by yourself. Oh, not Idolix, sorry.
Yeah, Kuhn rolled an 11 and it looked.
Oh! both come down onto this mushroom, and from there it's the mushroom's steady. It feels more like wood than a softer mushroom. If you like, you could bounce. So there we go. We'll put you down about there. And you're going to bounce
Did the
down
mushroom-
mushrooms. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do
Can
the
I
mu-
inspect the mushrooms? You see what they're like?
Sure, you can make a nature check to inspect the mushrooms.
Nope.
Yep, definitely mushrooms.
I guess I'll do that as well.
Sure.
Don't eat these mushrooms, guys.
Idylix, you agree. These mushrooms, they're growing in a swamp. You see lots of gas bubbles kind of blip, blip, coming up from the swamp, and some of them burst beneath the mushrooms. And yeah, you suspect that since they're growing in a swamp, best to leave them alone. But you know that they're sturdy enough to walk down.
As you warn us not to eat them, Matilda is probably about to lean down with her goblin mouth, just about to take a giant bite of it out of it and go, You sure?
And I
Uh,
think I'm gonna try to keep Matilda away from the mushroom so she doesn't get poisoned again.
But the taste of poison is actually quite sweet.
That's how
Yeah.
they get you.
So you bounce down the mushrooms and land kind of in swampy water. And it's once you land, like your boots sink about 3 or 4 inches into the muck. You kind of pick your feet up or your hooves as appropriate, and it's very boggy. It's very sticky. If it comes up, this will count as difficult terrain. And as Idylix takes the last step down, well, first of all,
he sinks. 250 kilograms.
yeah, well, he sinks a little bit, but still counting as difficult terrain. Maybe he's got the big feet to match. Now, as the last person hits this marshing ground, you hear a and this huge, giant crane hidden by the fog just over there makes a loud sound and vroomf, vroomf, flies off to the north. And yes, sticky muck squelches between your feet. Tangled mangroves grow out of ponds and rippling water, half hidden by the thick fod and purple mushrooms cling to rotting logs and stumps scattered throughout the march. Crickets that glow like fireflies chirp serenely before they're snatched out of the air by tongues of hungry frogs. Coming from one direction are several voices joined in a marching song. The singing grows louder and louder as 6 bipedal rabbits wearing clothing emerge from the fog. 2 of them tug at the reins of a giant snail, and the others carry clubs and sing. And this is what you hear as they approach. With sticks and stones we'll break your bones, we'll beat you blind and steal your clothes. But none among us can compare to the one wily, swift, and stand-up here. Scarf that's glorious, thief notorious, his deeds are truly meritorious. With a wink and a grin he'll show you his cunning. A flash of his scarf he'll take off running. Quick as a bolt, his long scarf trailing. Grasping, you'll end up flailing. You'll pout, you'll moan, you'll huff, you'll sneer. Thanks to Agdon Longstaff, Brigand Prince of Brismere. You lot, we want treasure. Give us your treasure or we'll beat you black and blue.
That was a very long song.
It's in honor of the greatest thief that has ever lived. Agdon Longstaff, friggin' Prince of Prismere. Now, this is a robbery. If you resist, we'll beat you black and blue.
I'm already blue.
We'll beat you even bluer and blacker. So you're resisting? Do we need to beat you black and blue?
Treasure? I'm not sure we actually... Do we have any treasure?
I'll reach into my backpack and take out the 8-inch long glass ant figurine that I got, and I won't toss it there. It's glass, but I'll put it on the floor and on one of the maybe leaves in the swamp and just back away.
Okay, one of the rabbit folk comes up, grabs the ant glass thing and says, "This is not treasure," throws it away. And on a 1 to 10, it's gonna break. Oh, it lands poop in a bit of the swamp.
Do you perhaps want this stuffed toy? It's magical. She's gonna take out her cuddly toy spider. It's from the Witchlight Carnival.
Give it to me.
I mean, you could just ask.
Give it to me.
Okay, I like your rudeness. Here we go.
Okay. He takes the spider, throws it back in the swamp. Listen, we don't want your worldly possessions. What we want is you to surrender the feeling of delight that you remember from the best gift you were ever given. That's what we want. We want your memories of delight.
Why?
Because that's the best treasure of all. The feeling of delight when you're given a gift. That's what we want from you. And we want it. Hand it over. And with this, he brings out a stoppered gourd. Like a big pumpkin type of thing. Now, if you touch this gourd for me, speak out loud your greatest joy. The joy you felt, the feeling of delight when you're given the best gift ever, will let you on the way. And once again, resist, we'll beat you black and blue.
But if we actually give you a gift, then you will feel that feeling without taking it from us.
It's much more fun taking. Give it.
He's got a point. I like stealing apple pies more than baking them.
Well, I think my greatest delight is the memory I'll have of them walking away from us in about 2 minutes.
No, you're not listening. I want that feeling of delight when you receive the best gift you ever had. That feeling, oh, thank you so much for this wonderful gift. I feel so great. That's the memory I want.
Yeah, exactly. That will be my memory in 2 minutes. You walking away and me going, yes, I'm so happy they left. It's the best gift ever.
No, I can't take a memory you haven't even already had yet, you damn fool. Now
Oh,
hand over
but,
those memories.
That's easily fixed. Just start walking away and I'll have that memory.
Malcolm, do we have... I guess since we leveled up, we'll have a long rested. So we still have our spent spell slots. But in my case, I get a new spell slot in level 2 from level 1.
Tell what
Does
you
that...
If you get new spell slots, that's fine. But you're not getting any hit points that would be appropriate for a long rest. So you need a long rest in order to do that. So your hit points are as what they are. But extra spell slots, that's fine.
Okay.
So who's going to go first?
It seems is there one of them being like a leader-like person speaking?
Yeah, there's one up front. There's a couple with a snout, and the rest are kind of lounging around and kind of trying to look threatening, like picking their teeth with their swords and things like that. So hand it over!
Matilda's going to use Charm Person on them. and well,
Okay.
we'll see if he saves. I think you should let us go.
Let me just
We are friends, don't you remember?
Let's see if they remember. So wisdom
I used to
saving
pull
throw?
you out of. Yeah. Look. I think I remember pulling you out of my hat one time.
Pulling out of a hat. Are you stereotyping rabbits? We're not rabbits. We're heron gone.
You're
Okay.
here and gone? How can you be here and gone at the same time?
Heron gone.
Oh, they're hares, not rabbits.
Well, boys, I think this guy's all right, actually. I think maybe we should just leave these guys to Egdon. He can deal with this.
Yes, leave us to Agdon.
Yeah. So you just watch where you go. Stay away from
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 Heron gone?
downfall. From downfall. The old hag lives there. Stay away from her. Old slack-jaw
Okay.
Lorna. And with that,
Well, in which direction is that?
far to the north. Just stay away from her. But bad news. And also,
Thank you.
one thing I forgot to mention. I'm gonna whisper this to all over the place. Come back over here. Okay, so so Astraeus, just
Hello.
gonna whisper you something. Just a sec. Got it?
Okay.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Slight typo. Can't type. Okay, so with that, these brigands, under the guise of their leadership, they wander off. How long does Charm Person last?
Let's see.
An hour.
An hour. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go find that balloon and keep an eye out for any other strange people that might want to rob us.
Yeah.
Have you got a new favorite memory, Coon?
Oh yeah, them walking away.
As they walk away, I shout, "Bye, guys!"
Nice. So you start heading your way east. And this is the balloon. They just put it in the art there, but this is the type of balloon that you saw. It's not right there now. You come across this river. The river doesn't look particularly high, like maybe 3 or 4 feet high. Well, when you want to cross the river?
I'll test the water first, just in case it's acid or poison or anything. I'll dip my finger in it.
Okay, it's a bit murky and mucky, but it doesn't burn away your finger or anything. But, can you roll me a D8, please?
1.
1. So you look down and you see something looking back at you. It's a headless, child-sized scarecrow with metal lobster claws for hands. And it's trying on some new heads, including an upside-down wooden bucket and a withered head of a cabbage. And it finally decides on a large gourd. Then the water's whoosh, 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 and it fades away.
Hmm.
I'll wave Matilda over. Can you see this in the water?
Yeah, can she?
I'll describe it like a short version of it.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're going to have a look too.
What a
So
cute-
Matilda, you go over looking into it, trying to find that this headless scarecrow, and you don't see that, but you do see something different. You see an old lady, an old hag, with toad-like features, relaxes in a pool of water, while miniature versions of her ladle the water and pour it over her shoulders. Very different to what Kuhn saw.
Oh, are you having a bath?
No response. The waters kind of fade away and it kind of ripples away, and you don't see this creature anymore.
Ah, witchcraft! I like this place.
Well, there's strange things happening all around. Just be careful. How far is it to the next like across the river to the next?
Only about 5 feet to the other
coast.
bank.
Okay, so we can jump over it. We don't have to go into the water.
That's true. Yep.
Okay, I'll try to jump over.
No problem. You, assuming your strength score is at least 5, you jump over and jump into
It
the
is
last one.
6.
Yeah, but you've got mystical leaps.
Yeah, I do. For emergencies.
Astraeus, Idylix, are you going over the river? Are you looking in the river?
Astraeus will be curious at the fact that they were looking into the reveal of a little gander.
And what you see is a tall, thin figure wearing a pointy black hat and a hooded black cloak. And she's climbing a rickety staircase leading up to a large, ramshackle house built on stilts. As the figure approaches the house, the shadow seems to detach from their body, move across the wall of the house, and crawl through an open window. Once again, the current moves a little bit, and then the vision vanishes. Idylix, take a
That's
gander.
Yeah.
weird.
I'd also like to take a look into the water.
You see a short, mean-looking old woman wearing a crimson cap, leather aprons, and irons boot, and she's using a cleaver to chop meat in a drab kitchen.
Can I pick up a stone and throw it into the image?
Yep, easy enough. The ripples blah, 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 go out. The mean-looking old woman doesn't react at all, and you're once the ripples dissipate, the vision is gone.
I think I saw Matilda's mother.
did?
Was one of your
Tell me.
mothers tall and thin?
Yes.
Did you live on a house on stilts?
Not stilts. It is more like a cottage.
No, maybe not then.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna jump over the brook.
Yep, easy enough to do.
Yeah, me too.
Boop, no problem.
Same.
Canastraeus, can you roll me a d10, please? Okay, so you get to the other side of the river. Easy enough, no problem. You notice that the whole level of this marsh, the water level is getting higher and higher. And within just a minute or so, you're now standing in effectively 1 foot deep water. And it continues to rise.
So we're stood still, but the water's rising.
Yep, the water is rising all around you.
I'd like to move away from the water as it's approaching.
It's not just from the stream. It's kind of coming up from the swamp itself.
Ooh, okay.
Now it's 2 feet.
Matilda,
2 feet up.
Matilda, climb up me quickly.
She's gonna do so.
After another minute or so, it's 3 feet high.
I think we need to go back across the river. I think we're sinking.
Can we
You look-
even go back? We don't. We
you
probably
look across-
don't even see the river.
You don't even see the river, but you see the other side of the river the water is just as high. I mean, feel free to do it, but it's not going to reduce the water level.
Oh. I think
Shall
we need to quickly climb a tree.
Yeah, can we see anything like that in vicinity?
Make your perception check.
Any of us? All of us? Or...
Anybody who wants to look?
Yeah. I'm also thinking we could always return to the place where we arrived. Seems to be pretty high above the ground.
Yeah,
If we can still make it there, we're pretty far now.
Yeah, that's the only real thing you can see is the mushrooms back over here.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys. I hope you can swim.
Let's look
try
for
to
tall
get to the
mushroom.
mushrooms. Yeah, let's get to the mushrooms.
Yeah, let's just start walking.
Oh, walking is an ambitious title. You can swim across if you like. I mean, I don't know. Well, the water bloop, rises another level. Now it's 5 feet high.
Now I have to swim. I'm 5'1".
Are you still on top of me, Matilda?
Oh yeah. I'm like 3.2 feet.
So swimming, splashing, doing your best to come back. You get back over to the mushrooms eventually. It seems as if the water has topped out at 5 feet. It's not getting any higher.
Can we see?
So basically, I
anything?
walked all the way then.
Yep, if you can walk, yep. I mean, it's still difficult terrain, of course.
Can we see anything of interest sticking out of the water?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
In the looks, you just see like branches and broken bits of mangrove, the odd mushroom floating around as well. Matilda, nice natural 20. You can get a cheer for that. And yeah, Even a natural 20 doesn't reveal much of interest apart from muck and floating things up there. And the water shows
Well-
no sign of going down just at the moment. Anyway,
Well, if anyone was in distress, they probably drowned now.
Shall we climb up to the bridge and try to make a camp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should still go back. If you guys can swim, Matilda can come on me, and we can walk over.
It's pretty far.
And we don't really know if we are gonna find any place dry. What if we start walking to the east?
We haven't been to the end of the bridge, though. We could see what's there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we could do that.
Well, that climb back up will definitely mean I'll need a sleep when I get up there.
Well, I vote for sturdy ground, and that bridge is the only thing I can see that looks sturdy.
I just think
shall
it's
we go up?
5 feet deep, and that is 95 feet up. It's,
There's still handholds there, right? For us to
Yeah.
climb up and
once you
Yeah.
get to kind of these mushrooms here, there's handholds. You could climb up there if you like. And if you wish to, make me... I'll give you athletics or acrobatics this time if you want to climb up.
the acrobatics as well. No advantage this time, probably.
Nope. Yep, Matilda, no problem. Coon, no problem. Idylix, no problem. Who are we missing? Astraeus.
they're both just as bad for me. Oh no, acrobatics got +1.
Vroomf. You vault on top of the Queensway. And you're interested in going towards the end of the bridge, seeing what you can see?
Yeah.
Shall we
Yes.
check the southern or the northern end? Because we can go both ways.
You go to the southern
Yeah.
end, and you see fog. Very different to the swamp gas, but there's fog at the end of this bridge. Very, very thick. Much thicker than the swamp fog. And it's fog. You can head into it if you like.
Nah, let's just check the other side first.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way across the other side, and you get right to the edge, and you just see more swamp. And you can tell that this end is very much broken off. You can see remnants of the causeway down in the swamp, but it's just in ruins.
Does it look like it's probably night, right? Since Astraeus saw stars earlier.
Yeah, and your body clock is telling this to you as well. I mean, you spent a full day in the carnival, and you've arrived here, so you're getting a little sleepy.
Yeah, is it getting late at the daytime?
It's hard to tell in the swamp. This is more what your body clock is telling you.
Okay. Can I use Druidcraft to try to predict what the weather is gonna be within the next 24 hours?
Can you bring up Druidcraft for me? Is that a,
Sure.
is that a thing?
Display, I think there.
There we go. Oh, that predicts the weather. I didn't know you could do that with Druidcraft. It's going to be like this for the foreseeable future. Just murky, misty rain. Yeah, misty rain with cold temperatures would be the summary.
We should definitely try to find a cottage at some point.
Yeah, but not today. I think we'll have to make do here on the bridge.
Yeah.
Maybe continue tomorrow when it's brighter, hopefully.
Okay, so explain to me how you're setting up camp.
Well, I think this is the best place, right at the end of the bridge.
Yeah.
A little bit, obviously not right at the end, but
We still
looking
have
down the.
some ropes. Maybe we can use those to try to shelter ourselves some more. I also have a blanket, which maybe we could use for some kind of protection as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just have a bedroll, so I'll
bedroll.
lay down next to the rail on top of the bridge, so I'm at least protected from one side.
Okay.
Edelix and Strays, could you sit like a bit next to each other and I can sit in the middle? Don't really have any bedrolls or sleeping equipment, so it just needs some shelter. With two of you could block the wind, perhaps.
Well,
If you want, you
so-
can share my bedroll. I'm small.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
not really small, but I think it'll be easiest for us to shut up.
I think
Oh,
if
okay,
we have
yes.
3 bedrolls, someone will have to stay up and just make sure things are okay anyway.
That's true.
It looks it's
I
gonna
guess-
try to make some kind of shelter. Are there some kind of loose stones on the bridge, like bricks or some kind of stuff?
Yeah, but very few and scattered and quite small.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about maybe trying to make what's it called, a tie around a brick and try to like, yeah. I don't think that's gonna work. Never mind.
Okay.
I have 2 sets of costumes, so we can use it as at least a little bit of shelter. Maybe fix them to the ground and the rail.
Yep.
Just
It'll-
anything helps, I guess.
Yep. That helps. Yep. Are you setting up watches?
Yeah, I think we can do 2 hours each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take shifts.
So I'll do it in the order I see it on the screen. So Matilda, Idlix, Kuhn, then Astreus.
Sure.
Okay, so you huddle up together, Matilda nestling in as best she can to keep her small body warmth by these much bigger creatures. Why don't you roll me a d4, Matilda?
Yes.
So Matilda, your watch goes without incident, and you give Idlix a gentle waking up, and Idlix, you wake up, you go through your shift, no problem. But then it comes to Kuhn, after Idlix wakes you up, and you're sitting there watching, and just from below you, you see a giant sort of bubble of something, a huge bubble about the size of you, just drifting up, and then it kind of starts wafting towards you. What do you do?
I will wake up the others and warn them about the bubble. Something's happening. That there's a bubble drifting towards us. It's huge.
As you wake them up, the bubble catches the end of the causeway. It explodes. Can I have everybody? Everybody except for Kuhn, make me a wisdom check at disadvantage. So Kuhn, wisdom check, or survival check, sorry. Survival check is normal. Everybody else disadvantage. Stray.
Disadvantage survival check.
Yep. Okay, Matilda, good. Kuhn, good. We'll get to you, Astreus. Astreus! Roll me a d8. Three. Okay. So as this thing pops open, Astreus, you're going, huh? What's going on? And you take a deep breath of this marsh gas.
Nice.
Well, let me whisper something to you, Astreus.
Flash from blabben.
Sorry?
Flash from blabben.
Yes, quite. I mean, what?
Flash from blabben.
This
Are
is
you
some
okay?
kind of dialect of Abyssal I don't really recognize.
Shagrana?
You okay, guy?
Astreus, what's going on?
Flash from blabben.
Oh no. Did something in that bubble affect him? Can I do a medicine check or
Sure.
something?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Oh, Matilda will assist.
Okay.
Oh, I
Oh,
wanna
just in time. Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
21. You give Astreus a few pokes, and I mean, you all saw him inhale the gas, and you almost see as he's speaking, whatever he's speaking, little slight wafts of the green gas to escape his nostrils and his mouth. You're pretty certain that the swamp gas has caused this effect, whatever this effect is.
Would either looks know if maybe if he just keeps talking, if Astreus just keeps talking, if the gas will dissipate from his lungs and he'll be normal again?
You're not sure.
Hmm.
Wouldn't it be a non-event if Idylix inhaled this gas? No effect.
Idlix is gonna take his book up and show Astreus what he's writing, and he's gonna say, "We can't understand what you're saying. Can you understand us?"
Yes.
Blab blab.
I guess you should either nod or shake your head.
And he'll nod and go blab blab.
Did he nod?
Yeah, he nods.
Okay, nice.
Instead of speaking, can you try writing the answer? Maybe it's just speech that's affected, but not written word.
Idlix is gonna hand Astreus his book and something to write on, a piece of coal.
Okay. And he's just gonna
Just-
write, can you guys not understand me?
No,
Not
you're speaking
not when you
rubbish.
speak, but you're writing fine. Your writing is fine. We can understand what you write. So now we have two Iduluxes. You'll need to be writing your answers, or maybe just keep talking. Maybe the gas will dissipate that you breathe
It's-
in.
It's kind of funny. Whenever he's talking, it kind of smells like farts, you know?
A little bit. A little
Yes,
bit.
one.
Maybe Astreus could try to take deep breaths and try to release as much air from his lungs for a little while to see if some of the gas is like leaving his lungs, so he can speak again.
Can I just take a drink from a water skin and see if that helps?
Sure. You take a big glug of your water skin, and I imagine you you just spit it out. And as you spit it out, it comes out looking like swamp water.
Ugh.
And I talk.
Nope. Try talking, and you talk in the same type of language.
Black Lublin?
Oh, how about we go back to sleep and we'll see if he's still the same in the morning. It doesn't seem like we can do anything right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll keep watch till my shift is over, and then, well, I guess I'll wake Astreus.
Yep.
We'll see if anything happens. Just come wake us up. We won't understand what you're saying if you'll try to wake us up but by speaking or yelling.
So, was this at the end of my 6 hours?
Well, let me put it this way. Kuhn wakes you up, Astreus. You're still babbling like a crazy person. But then everybody's long rest is successfully done, so feel free to take a long rest for your characters. And Astreus, were you babbling to yourself throughout the your watch?
Was a babbling to myself.
Yeah.
Only murmured, put like hushed tones, like
Okay.
I'm just
right.
trying to think what the hell's going on. But obviously, I'm also preparing my spells.
Sure. And the thought comes across you like, spells have vocal components, and spells have very specific words you need to make. And you're not making those words. As you're contemplating this, your voice gradually returns and you stop babbling nonsense.
The blooming great.
Yeah, you can have breakfast with us.
You understood me? Oh, you understood me now?
Oh, now I did. You're back to normal.
Oh,
I guess you passed the gas.
Thank God. I can't believe that. That was weird.
It's kind of funny.
It was interesting, but I don't like it.
Did you understand yourself when you were speaking? Or did you realize you were speaking gibberish?
Malcolm, did I understand myself?
You understood yourself, but yeah, speaking in gibberish still. Like you knew what you wanted to say, and it was in your mind, and you spoke it. It just came out wrong.
I understood myself. It just didn't seem to come out the same.
Okay, I guess we have to watch for any strange bubbles floating towards us. Don't burst them from at close range. Just maybe if anyone has a bow or a crossbow, maybe we'll pop them while they're still away.
And as you're kind of complaining a little bit about your babbling, you look above you, and there's a cloud above you, and it takes the form of an old woman's sad face. Then the clouds just remingle and the vision is gone.
Weird. How's the water looking down at the ground, by the way?
Oh, it's thankfully it's lower down to where it was when you first came. That high water, it's gone down to just muck and mud now. And someone said, let's sit together and share breakfast. You noticed all your water is disgusting swamp water, and all your rations have rotted away.
Well,
Um,
okay.
Luckily, I know what I just prepared.
Yeah, I can help with the water situation, but not with the food situation.
Well, so Astreus looks at all his food that's rotten and is, oh, well, I thought I'd like to try these. And he casts Goodberry and pulls out
Nice.
10 berries.
And-
And you just see 10 nice berries just come into his hand like, oh.
Nice.
And Kuhn offers his rotten food to Matilda, knowing she might actually like it.
Oh, thank you. He's gonna scarf down some rotten dried meats and nuts and bread.
Uh,
I could have had a good berry and mix it up.
Sure.
So you're mixing the good berry with rotten food and then you're eating it, is it?
Oh yes.
oh yes.
Make a constitution saving throw, Matilda.
Delicious.
Well, if you want to call that delicious, absolutely, but you scarf it down with no ill effects.
What did your berry taste like?
Mm,
It was pretty good. It's a good berry. It should be good.
Mine tasted like a raspberry.
Sorry, ignore that sound.
Something just happened.
No, Malcolm wasn't hearing the buttons. But anyway, as you cast good berries pop into your hand. Okay, so you've got good berries, which is good enough for a full day's worth of food. Your water skins are still filled with swamp water.
I don't want to use another spell.
So the good berries aren't helping with the water situation.
No.
Okay.
It's good food, but it's not good water. Doesn't satiate your thirst.
Yeah. I'm gonna empty my water skin with the rotting water.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell the others to do that as well.
Okay.
And bring their water skins over to me when they are done.
Yeah, Strauss will just empty it over the edge of the bridge.
And I'm going to cast Create or Destroy Water.
Nice.
And I'm gonna fill all our water skins up. And also put it in the mouth of each and every one of us to maximize the amount of water we can drink.
Okay. 10 gallons is plenty to A, fill up your water skins, and B, give you a nice, cool, clean gulp of water.
Thank you. That was perfect timing. Perfect
Well,
choice of a spell.
It seems like we've both got this sorted between us. But I took some time last night to prepare that spell as well. I guess I won't next time I get a chance.
Well, I guess we won't have to worry about water or food, but maybe we should start moving before water starts rising again or anything else comes our way. Seems the land seems fine right now, but not sure how long it'll last.
Did anyone notice during the night when the water was returning back to normal level? During the night shift?
It was right in the second shift during Edalix's watch. It receded down to just a bog.
Okay, so between 2 to 4 hours, it returns back to normal.
Let's hope it's not like a tide and it'll come in twice a day.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's timed or something.
Okay, but
Surely.
carry on.
Yeah.
No, you're fine.
Shall we go check the balloon crash?
Yeah, let's see if we can make it there, but before the tide rises.
And you're going back down the same way you got up?
Yeah.
But down the previous time. So everybody, go back over here to the mushrooms. Yep.
Unless we notice any other way to get down, like easier way, then I guess we can use the same handholds.
Yep. The mushrooms at the bottom are by far the easiest way to get down. So, if you want to do the same thing as before, everybody make me an athletics or acrobatics at advantage. Astraeus, you're fine even without advantage. Matilda, ditto. Coon, yeah, you're all fine. So you'll scamper down here. Once again, squelch into this mud below you. And you're going to explore your way east.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so squishing through the mud once again. You have a look down into the stream. You don't see any visions this time. But you bounce around. And you come across, I'll zoom around, a very slanty tower. And you see a crumbling stone tower that rises out of the swamp, leaning at such an angle that it threatens to keel over. Black brambles surround the base of the tower and cling to its lower half. Hanging from the crenellations on the lower side of the tower peak is a large woven basket at the end of a tangle of ropes and tattered fabric. The basket dangles 30 feet above the surface of the swamp.
Hello.
Oh, hello there! Firstly, lower your voice, but I am requiring of assistance.
Can you climb down?
Now
My
I'm,
Do you have any rope?
Low.
I'm stuck. Lower your voice. Let's just come to the tower. We can talk. Just be very, very quiet.
You can just jump.
Shh.
I can catch you.
Shh. Just please come up. I can't get out. I'm trapped in here. Just shh. Quickly.
We go in.
What?
Should
What
we
if
go
we
in?
What if we throw the rope up, and whoever's there can climb down?
I mean, I can just catch the person with my spell. I have
Listen.
feather fall.
I'm trapped in a cage.
Oh.
Jump. Just lower your voice and come up, please.
Is he asking us to go up inside the tower?
Yes. Like the balloon is kind of hanging off the edge here. And you see a doorway into the tower that you could access easily enough.
Kind of worried why we should be so quiet.
Listen. Be very quiet. There's a very large snakes right at the base. Just come under the tower. You'll be safer.
I think
boy.
they're vines. Can I have a look and see if they are snakes or if they're the vines?
Perception. Or nature. Your choice.
I'll do a nature.
I'll do a perception.
You see, not one snake, but two snakes. And both snakes are maybe 20, 25 feet long.
Oh boy.
When they're asleep.
But nope,
No.
not asleep. They're kind of slowly slithering around all these brambles at the base.
They noticed
This-
us.
Make another perception check. They're looking every so often. Their eyes lock onto you, and their long tongue flips out. They do notice you. Yeah. Just keep your voices down. Come
Better go now.
on.
Well, it looks like the snakes have already noticed us. So
Don't want to fight snakes.
I don't think it's anything about being quiet, because they already know we're here.
If you make loud noises, you'll spook them.
Does anybody have a grappling hook or something that we could throw up into the basket? Just tilt it and then use Featherfall on the cage when it falls out. We don't even have to go to the tower.
Grappling hook? No. No, I think we should go before those snakes get any closer.
You want to go to the tower?
I mean, I can catch him, but he's in a cage. I don't know if that would help anything. He'll be crushed. I can't featherfall a cage, just a person.
Well, let's go up then.
Sure. Okay. Just be
It's
careful around the
stealthily.
snakes.
So
Everyone be-
tiptoeing through the brambles, which one is... yeah, it's very difficult terrain, and you feel every so often you get a little nick from the brambles. Nothing to cause any damage, just mild scratches. You walk carefully around the snakes. They're still slithering around, not paying you terribly much notice. But you enter up into the tower, and you see there's just a wide circular staircase ascending up. There's no other features in the tower. It's a hollow tower. Do you head
I
up?
will go first if you want.
What kind of tower is it? Like, who does it look like it's made for?
Hard to say. I mean, it's hollow. There's no arcane symbols or anything like that. I mean, if you're suspecting it's a wizard's tower, you see nothing to indicate that it would be a wizard's tower.
And at the top of the stairs, is there another floor, or is it like half a floor?
There's another floor right at the top.
I guess we can go there. There's nothing else here.
Okay, so you wind your way up the stairs. It's a little bit of an odd sensation since this tower is slanting so much, but it's easy enough to do. And you get right to the top, and you see, as I said before, obviously a battered balloon. All this fabric has come off, and there's tangles of these ropes, and the basket. And you see inside the basket, you see... Actually, I'll show you what you see. You see this creature. Looks like a very, very miniature dragon. And yes, it has a sword, and yes, it has a mustache. And you see, he's actually in a cage. So he's in a cage inside the wicker basket, and he's very much in a cage. Just, hello! I think we can speak freely now that you've dodged those horrible snakes. My name is Sir Talavar, and it is entirely my honor to meet you all. And he gives you a gracious bow.
I bow back and say, the honor is mine,
Oh, of course
Sir
it is.
Talavar.
Of course it is. And who are your other companions here? Courtesy demands that I should learn your names and memorize them to heart. So, what is your name, glowing green person?
As a fake creature, would I know that names can be exploited?
Yeah. Yes.
I'll stop them and like before they introduce themselves and just whisper, in the Feywild, if you tell someone your full real name, they can use it against you. So maybe give him a nickname or not your full name at least.
So what is your name, Dragonborn? Never seen one quite glow as bright as you. What is your name?
Idlus is just gonna bow to the creature in the balloon and poke into Kuhn, I guess, to introduce me.
This fine gentleman, his name is Id.
It?
He is a Id, yes, very short but very powerful name.
What is a
And,
pleasure to meet you, It. And what is your name, my friend, says to Kuhn. My hoofed friend, what is your name?
Well, that's exactly what they call me, Hoof, and
Hoof.
feel free to call me that. Yeah, usually because when I'm done singing, everyone goes, Hoof, I'm glad it's over.
Well, I'm sure you're in the courts and the castles where I come from. Your music, oh, I don't know. You'd either get tomatoes or praise. I'm not sure what your ability is, but it is a pleasure to meet you, Hoof. And you, little goblin girl, what's your name?
He's gonna give a quick glance to Kuhn. Right. Huldra Hextail. That's my name.
Halder Hextel. Pleasure to meet you. And he gives you another gracious bow. He's bowing quite often. And you, my rather tall furball friend, to who do I have the honour of meeting?
He looks up at the stars and just goes, "Stars. My name is Stars."
Oh, Stars, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. In fact, I've often travelled in the stars. Once upon a time, I travelled on a mighty starship that flew above the world itself, and we could see the entire territory of Faerun. It was quite the adventure I had. Very,
Insight,
very
yeah.
fascinating. Sure, insight away. No one ever believes the NPCs.
Definitely don't with that.
Flying in the stars. Yes, we saw Faerun. We saw the far continents. We saw the seas. It was fantastic. Anyway, but I'm a bit of a
That sounds
bind.
amazing.
Oh, it was amazing. I'll take you there one day. We get out of this predicament. You see, I am a bit of a bind. As you can observe, I, Sir Talavere, as one of the Summer Queen's most loyal servants, ask that you free me. You see, I was in the midst of a daring escape from the vile Bavlorna Blightshaw, when a balloon was set upon by an ill wind and sent plummeting to its current unfortunate situation. My pilot, and with this he places his hand across the checks, my pilot, the Honourable Wigglewog, did not survive. I've been trapped up here for quite a while. Help me! I must tell my queen of the fall of Prismere.
Did you say Bavlorna Blightstra?
Yes, the evil hag. She lives up in the place she calls Downfall, to the north of here. Evil, evil woman.
We need to find her.
Well,
That's the one that has your item, isn't it?
She has something of mine, I think. I have been told.
well, Mum, she's definitely the person to get it back. I mean, I fought her gloriously. It was a battle for the ages. My sword, my rapier, against her magic, and just as I was about to slay her, she called reinforcements, the Bullywogs, and they came to attack me, and my only hope was to flee in this balloon.
Will you be fighting her again?
Well, not in the current predicament I am in. I'm trapped in this cage! And he gives it a rattle.
What if we free you and then we help you fight her?
Ooh, well, if you could free me, that would be magnificent. That's always the first step. But listen, free me? Yes, absolutely. I would most appreciate that. But you see, what my goal is now, I mean, I came here searching for something and just scouting out the area because things have been a little, shall we say, askew here. But I must report back to my queen, the Summer Queen, that Zyblina has been overthrown by the Hourglass Coven. This news is most pressing.
Just a little thing. If you escaped with that balloon, who put you in the cage?
Well, as I said, the great glorious battle, I ended up in this cage, and if it wasn't for my loyal servant, whose name the DM temporarily forgot, but he's going to look it up, my poor honourable friend Wigglewog, he managed to get us afloat and took me out in this cage. If it wasn't for Willywog, well, that would be the end of Sir Talavir's glorious tale. It would be quite the ending. So, in the cage, he managed to escape. We're dealing with the cage later, but unfortunately, the Honourable Wigglewog did not survive. Joey, please awaken me so I can free me so I can tell the Summer Queen about what happened to Zyblina, who rules this realm. But as you see, she would never let her realm fall into swamp and decay and disgust like this. I mean, it's fallen into the Hourglass Coven's hand. And I must tell her at once.
Could we maybe go with you to the Summer Queen? Because maybe we can help each other.
Oh, well, we can certainly try.
What does the situation look there? Like there, like the wicker basket is below us at the moment, and we can
Yes.
climb down a rope or something.
Yeah, you can
Does it look like
you can get
like
into
it's
the
not
wicker
gonna
basket.
fall on its own?
It's stable enough. The problem is this thing is the balloon that has been burst. The ropes look very stable though.
Matilda, if we lower you down to the wicker basket with a rope, could you tie the end of the rope to the cage and we can just pull the cage towards us
Yeah.
up into the tower?
Yeah, sure. By the way, are you locked? Is there a key needed to open the cage, or can we just manually handle it?
Well, good sir, Sir Talavera has been trapped before. Trust me, I tried the door. Locked solid.
I guess we need a key then.
Or we can just bash it open.
That is true.
Well,
Okay,
first
you can
things
lower
first. We need to get the cage up. So let's tie Matilda to one end of the rope with a little bit of the rope still free, so she can tie it to the cage, and then all three of us will pull them up.
You do that, Matilda?
Does that sound fine?
Yes.
Okay, so Matilda, you scramble down the ropes holding up this wicker basket. It's very stable.
Before she goes down, I'll just give her inspiration. Matilda, I have the utmost faith in you. You can do this easily.
Thank you, Kieran. And yeah, she'll get lowered down.
Was it guidance or bardic inspiration or just an inspiring speech?
Oh, bardic inspiration.
Bardic inspiration. Okay, very good. So you have that D6, I think, available.
Yeah.
And you
Can
scramble.
that stack with guidance?
Can that stack with guidance? Yeah.
That's true.
And I'll touch Matilda and just go, I've seen it in the stars that you'll be fine.
Ooh.
Okay, your magical guidance, and then with a bardic inspiration. So now, Matilda.
Can I also give her resistance?
Yep, you can. So you have resistance,
Okay.
so you have a D4 for saves, D4 for ability checks. And does your Bardic Inspiration work for abilities and saves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, but not attacks. I
And
don't think it's single.
attacks. No, attacks it does, but damage it doesn't.
Ah, okay. Feeling buffed up to the gills, Matilda, you
Can fight a
scramble
god.
down, and you see. Oh, so you plan to hold me up? Is that your plan, Goblin Girl?
Oh, yes. With you and the entire cage.
Okay. Well, let me give you a hand tying the rope. I used to work as a sailor. I was one of the greatest sailors the world has ever seen. Sailed all around the Sea of Swords. I was quite the sailor in my time. So let me give you a helm. And Matilda, you can make a survival check at advantage and add a D4 or a D6 if you like. But make the roll first.
Can I add both?
If you want to, you can make the roll and then choose.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see. That's a 14. Or D6. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to use guidance as well. There's no reason not to. So.
20.
Yes, that's
Let's
right.
see.
Double hitch, go round the corner, under the tunnel, wrap it. Yes, that's very good. Jolly good. Okay, heave ho! Do you guys pull
I guess. Is Matilda climbing up before we start pulling the cage up, or will you stay on the cage and we pull you as well?
I just weigh 19 kilograms. It's going to be okay, I think. I can just feather fall myself if we fall. So yeah, I'll stay with the cage.
Before
Okay.
we start pulling, I'm going to cast guidance on Idolux.
Alright.
So, Idolux, make me an athletics check at advantage with a D4.
Okay. And the D4. Oh, and the D4.
So dirty 20 turns into a 22. In another campaign, I'm playing with this person who hasn't played any Dungeons and Dragons before, and she's a druid, and she's just getting the hang of spamming guidance now. If in doubt, cast guidance. If there's no reason to cast guidance, cast guidance. It's heavy, Idolix. You're straining. Little beads of sweat appear on your scaly brow. I'm not sure if dragons sweat, but let's pretend that they do. And you bring them up, and with a thonk, Sir Talavere is there. Well, golly, jolly good show, chap. That seems first thing. I'm not dangling anymore. That's very good. Reminds me of the times I spent in the jungles, and we swung from vine to vine. Ha ha! Those were the days.
Oh, you're an adventurer.
Oh yes.
You've been everywhere.
I've been around not just the Feywild, but the prime material, even once. Most people don't believe me, but I went to the first layer of hell, Avernus itself. Quite a hot place to say the least, but I escaped there through a portal that I discovered. Nothing will ever bind Sir Talavere.
Kuhn looks over the edge of the tower at the swamp and just thinks Avernus still sounds better than this place.
Well, they each have their own, shall we say, unpleasantness about it. But I prefer the swamp, quite frankly. But that's just me. Anyway,
I don't mean to be rude, but what are you?
I'm a fairy dragon.
Fairy
I've
dragon?
never seen them before.
Fairy dragon. Well, yeah, I'm a
What?
dragon through and through. I'm just a little on the tiny side. And he is very tiny. He could sit in the palm of your hand.
Oh, it's that tiny.
So how big was the cage? Was tiny then.
It was tiny, but it was very heavy by the same thing.
What does Matilda know about fairy dragons?
Make a history check.
Well, It looks like this cage we can just put in our hands and pull apart.
You know that they are dragons. You confirmed what he said, if he's indeed a fairy dragon. They can turn invisible. And they have some very minor spells that they can cast.
Are they generally considered good-natured, or
Good-natured in a playful type of way. They're known to play tricks on people.
very fey? Yeah. Okay.
They're not fey, they're dragon.
Oh yeah, but very fey-like with the
Oh yeah, fey-like.
tricks
Yeah.
and yeah.
Well, it's
well,
time to
let's-
get you out of the cage.
Exactly.
What?
Do you have like thieves' tools or is any way of unlocking this lock? Otherwise, we'll have to use force to try and open it. I'm asking Sir Talavar if,
Oh,
by any chance, he's got thieves' tools.
oh, unfortunately not. All I've got is my sword, and that's, for the most part, all I need. And he brings out the sword with a... It glows with power. Then he sheathes it again. Yes, that's my sword. Very powerful. I would slay a dragon, but it's kind of like killing your mother. So I've never slayed a dragon, but orcs, ogres... Even once I slew a Medusa. Had to do it blindfolded, but... slay the witch I did.
Could I use a dagger and, let's say, sleight of hand or something to try and unlock? Is it a latch or is it an actual lock?
It's like built into the cage.
Okay.
Sure, make that...
Okay.
Make a dexterity check at disadvantage.
But the cage is tiny, right?
But very heavy. You get your dagger in there and twist it around. Nothing.
Well, anybody else wanna try?
I think we need to pull this cage apart.
Well, I'll stand here over in the corner if you want to take a swipe. I mean, wisdom...
Should I try
sometimes
to
Yes?
hit it with my mace?
Make an attack roll.
Mm.
One of those things.
Crush the
Remember those
cage.
things?
I guess I'll make an attack.
Yeah. You hit it with your gemstone mace and the cage vibrates, and you look at the cage, not even a scratch on it. Well, that's unfortunate. I do know a little piece of reconnaissance I learned while I was at a Downfall with the haggers. There's a goblin named Jingle Jangle. Yes, Jingle Jangle, that's right. And he collects keys. He's obsessed about keys. Keys here, keys there. And I'm pretty sure if anybody has the key to my bird cage, I guess you'd call it, she lives atop of Talony Hill, not too far from here.
Well, we can carry you there.
Yeah.
Well, that would be most appreciated. I'd love it. And you have a business with Bevlorna Blightshaw. Do you have some? Would you like to know what I learnt about her while I was in Downfall? I'm sure this information. I'm sure you'd like to know.
Of course. You can tell us on the way.
Okay. As you head down the slanty tower with Sir Talavar in a cage, he says, Bevlorna Blightshaw, she lives in this spooky, spooky cottage, and it's on stilts at the very heart of Downfall, which, if it wasn't obvious before, is a bullywug settlement. Now, the bullywugs of Downfall are quite courteous and welcoming, provided, and I cannot stress this enough, you do not offend them. But they'll be welcoming. I mean, I don't know if you know this about the Feywild, but there are rules here. One is the rule of hospitality. If someone comes to your house or your home, you must welcome them in. There's also the gift of reciprocity.
Precipitation.
If someone gives you something, people will just give you things. If you find an inn, they will give you an ale free of charge, but you're expected to reciprocate. So keep that in mind as you travel around here. The rules of reciprocation are quite clear. So keep that in mind. Reciprocate and hospitality. Now, there's also the rules of ownership. You must not steal from a friend, an enemy, or a stranger. To take something that doesn't belong to you without the rightful owner's permission is a crime and an unforgivable breach of etiquette. So keep that in mind. Now, I can also tell you that Bavlorna has 2 sisters whom she loathes. Together, these 3 hags from the Hourglass Coven, using an artifact called Igwiliv's Cauldron. The Coven has frozen time in Zeblina's palace, trapping the Archfey inside. So if you have any interest in returning Prismere to the glory where it was, you need to sort out something with that Igwiliv's Cauldron. So she's frozen time. The hags have, trapping Zeblina in her place. Last piece of information about Bavlorna. He has the ability to endure tiny minions that look like exact tiny versions of herself. Now that was a lot of information, of course. Do you have any questions?
Thank you for the information. You mentioned the rule of ownership. We actually had a run-in with some bunnies, no, herringons, and they tried to waylay us and threaten us with violence unless we gave them something. Is that something like? Are they breaking the rules?
Yes, they are breaking the rules. That's an unforgivable breach of etiquette. But here's the thing. The rules have become slightly murky, shall we say, ever since the Hourglass Coven took over the place. So, if Zeblina comes back, those are herringhorn bunnies. Just herringhorn, they're not bunnies. They might get their comeuppance if Zeblina ever comes back. But these are the rules of the Fae. Reciprocity, haha, I got it. The gift of hospitality, and the gift of and the rules of ownership. Yes, that would be a fair summary. Hoof. They are guidelines now, but decent folks around here and around other places of Prismere will at very least present hospitality and reciprocity. You know what I'm trying to say. I can't say it. Reciprocity. There we go. So yes, there are more guidelines, but if you don't want to annoy Zeblina if she ever does come back, I suggest you follow the rules.
Well, thank you for this information. We'll definitely try to follow those rules. Can you tell us anything about this place, though, the swamp? It seems yesterday evening the water started rising.
Oh, does that?
And we just barely made it back to the bridge.
Does that every so often without rhyme or reason. I mean, I've tried to measure the tides. I am an expert sailor, so measuring tides is what I do, but there seems to be just random. There are these big wells around the place. Maybe you see one of them, but these big wells, every so often, they just erupt with muck and gunk, and the whole place floods. But then, at some other time later, they suck up the muck again. And they go back and forth in this cycle. No rhyme or reason.
So we can expect this to happen at any time. That's not good. Where would you? In which direction is that goblin with the keys?
To
Where
the
do we
east.
need to go?
To the east.
Further east? Okay. I'll look at the others and say, shall we try to get to the goblin as fast as possible before any more floods happen?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
And let's be stealthy to avoid the snakes here.
Oh, that is a
Good
good
night.
idea. Hush tones and walk quiet.
Can we expect any other dangers on the way to the goblin?
Oh, well, the swamp is full of dangers. I mean, alligators, these mud creatures that emerge from the ground. All sorts of things.
Mud creatures? What kind of mud creatures?
I call them mud mephits. They're little weird creatures made of mud, as far as I'm concerned. They kind of come up and they drip with mud. A little bit bigger than me, but still quite small.
Can they be reasoned with or bribed or something to avoid the fight with them?
Well, if you've encountered one, I mean, you could try bribing it with something. I mean, fighting mud doesn't sound very interesting to me. I gotta keep my scales polished. So, you're looking a little mucky there. Referring to Idylix. Make sure you keep your shining scales clean. Yeah. One must keep up appearances.
Oh, we almost forgot. Your inkiness has stained a bit. Let me try to remove it. Matilda will use prestidigitation to try to remove Idlux's ink stains from his upper body.
Hey.
You clean up Idylix with the mud. His scales are now gleaming, but the ink, not so much. He's still the inked one.
It sort of looks like a tattoo. It makes you look very charming. Yeah. I'm sorry.
It looks as good like he's gonna try to heal his skin. He kind of forgot that the ink was still staining his skin. But yeah, we're in the swamp now, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much at the moment.
Perhaps Sibylna, if we help her, she sounds like a kind of person who can clean off the ink.
Well, Zyblina, like my summer queen, she's an archfey. Her magical abilities no bounds. But as I said, she is trapped. And I need to inform my summer queen. As I said before. But anyway, let's everybody voices and sneak past these snakes. Shh. If you want to stealth out, now would be the time. Who's carrying Sir Talavir?
I guess that Idylux could carry his, let's say, cousin.
Yes. Okay. So everybody, with the warning from Sir Idylix, can make a stealth check at advantage, except for Idylix, as he is carrying something.
I'll
Yeah.
give Idolux a bardic inspiration since
I'll give him guidance.
I'm also wearing heavy armor, by the way, so I have disadvantage from before.
Okay, sure. So Strayus 10. So did Matilda, are those previous rolls, a 20 and a 16?
No, for some reason I got 17 first.
Oh, mine's from now. Yeah, the
Us
stealth
from
check.
now. Okay, so we're just missing... Who are we missing?
Do I roll with normal or with disadvantage
Oh.
with heavy armor and with Sir Hella?
Well, you have
Mar?
disadvantage for 2 reasons.
Yeah, okay,
Triple
that's
disadvantage.
double disadvantage.
But you do have inspiration and guidance.
Not too bad. And yeah, I'm gonna use the inspiration and the guidance.
Wow.
Super sneaky dragonborn.
You gotta roll one more time though, or did you roll the? Oh yeah,
The
it's
disadvantage.
built in. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Essentially, he floats above the swamp.
So I'm going to say, with a very excellent roll from Idalix and Kuhn and Matilda as well, as you stumble out through there, Idalix, as you're being very guided and listening to the music and getting into it, you reach out a hand and grab Astraeus just as he's about to step onto a snakehead. But you guide him away, and you successfully avoid an encounter with giant constrictor snakes.
Ooh.
Which is
Yay.
fortunate because they are. Yeah. Would have been a good fight.
There.
You might have died. Okay, anyway. So you get past the swamp and you start heading off west some more. Lots of muck, lots of stuff around. And yeah, you're in a tall swamp. It's just knotted with cattails and tall swamp grass. And you hear a rustling in the vegetation ahead of you. What do you do?
Stop and be quiet and listen.
Okay, you hear sort of the footsteps, but then something wooden clacking against each other at the same time.
Can we make a perception check to see if we spot anything?
Sure.
Oh.
Well, Kuhn and Matilda and Astraeus, you see these very strange creatures just about 30 or 40 feet away from you. And this is what they look like.
Nope.
Kun
There's
will
some
just
friends
stay.
over there.
Kun would stay still and observe them, and maybe if he could whisper to Sir Talavar if he knows what these creatures are.
These creatures are known as Thidwalkers. I've never seen one be violent. I see them going around and collecting eggs. And as he says this, you see a cage on the back of these creatures filled with eggs.
He says they're not violent. That must mean they're friends.
Well, maybe we should just let them be on their way and continue when they pass. We don't have any eggs to offer them, do we? I'll look at
No.
Matilda.
Not that I think of. I do usually carry around some rotten eggs, but I'm not sure I should offer them. They're just rotten chicken eggs.
Just because that's what they're collecting doesn't mean that's the only thing that they want.
I guess we could
might-
offer them if they notice us.
They might want friendship.
Sir Talavar, are they friendly? Can we talk to them, or just should we keep our distance?
Well, all I know is they don't attack people without cause. If that's your definition of friendly, then yes. And as you're having this conversation, 6.
Astros is just gonna wave.
Okay, so 6 of these creatures kind of enter the mini clearing that you're in. Astraeus lets out a wave. One of the stilt walkers kind of looks its head in your direction, moves its head back, and continues its stilts. And it's kind of, it seems that with their stilts and the other things, you're absolutely really able to keep on top of the mud, so they're not slowed down or hindered by it. But they just look at you, Astraeus, and continue their plodding kind of walk past you.
Well, they are friendly. Not friendly enough to wave back, unfortunately, but friendly enough to not attack.
Can we see if they're picking up eggs from the floor or from nests somewhere in the swamp?
Well, they're definitely searching for something. And according to Sir Talavir, they like collecting eggs. But you don't see them find any eggs right where you are.
Can we tell what kind of eggs they're carrying from what animal?
Make a nature check.
Guidance! I'm joking.
Too slow for guidance. It's not really a guidance thing anyway. He's not announcing, oh, I'd like to know what type of eggs they are. So, not a... Yes, spam guidance, but no, it's not always going to work. Kuhn, Matilda, you don't recognize these eggs. Some of them are bright blue, bright red. Some of them are white. You don't really recognize them.
Shall we proceed to the goblin? Doesn't seem like we have much to do here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll continue on.
Okay.
And I'll keep an eye on the surroundings to see if I can spot any of those eggs around.
Okay. Make a perception check. Or nature, up to you.
The same.
Okay. You don't spot any. But you cross over another river. Once again, it's very easy to navigate. I imagine you take a glance down below. There's no visions that come up from it. Roll me a d10, if you'd be so kind, Kuhn.
6.
Blub, blub. The water starts to rise again.
Oh shit.
And after about a minute, it's a foot deep. And
I think we'll pick up the pace.
Yeah.
okay, you pick up the pace, and as you pick up the pace,
Matilda, climb
Up
again.
and back.
and this sounds like a good place to take a short break. I need a drink, so let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll get back into it.
Nice, sure.
Sure.
Okay, see you guys in a bit. And I am back. Muted. I am back also. So I think everybody's here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. Yep.
Astraeus.
Needs to unmute.
Hello.
Ah, perfect. Okay. So, you're heading off to see Jingle Jangle the Goblin to get keys to unlock Sir Talavar, and the water starts rising. What do you do?
I think we're pressing on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to pick
I'm
up the
not too
pace
worried
too.
about it. Based on what happened last time, I'm not too worried about it.
You press on as quick as you can, which isn't very quick. I mean, it's either the depth of the water or the fact that you're walking in muck. It's difficult terrain either way. But you press on, and after about 5-6 minutes, it's a full 5 feet deep again. What do you do?
If we try to swim, is there a current that's what's the word? Like floating us downstream, or can we keep up in the direction we're going?
There's no real current. It's almost like it's just raising up from below. There's no swirling, just raises.
I guess we can try and swim eastward. See if we can do that.
Yeah.
I'm still just going to keep walking through it.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk as well, so I can try to keep Sir Talavar above the water as well.
Okay, easy enough to do. Who is the 5'1" creature?
Kun,
So what are you doing, Coon?
swimming.
Okay.
Or at least maybe grabbing onto Idolux just to let him drag me.
Okay. Easy enough to drag you along as you are in water. How tall is Idlix?
Not as tall as Astrius. How tall was Astrius again? Like 7 or 8 feet?
Oh,
I wrote 6'7", but we decided it was 7'6".
7, 6.
I would grab onto Astraeus then. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mixed
like
you up.
7'4", perhaps.
Okay, cool. So Matilda and Coon have the issues, but you're climbing up on various creatures. And I think if you put a firm hand
Creatures.
on...
How dare you?
Who are you
How
talking to?
very dare you?
The voice in the sky. The eclectic group of individuals. But you grab onto shoulders and stuff, and you're dragged along easily enough, Coon. And Matilda, you're riding on Astraeus?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you press on through these fluctuating swamp, and eventually you come across a hill. I'll give you a circle around it so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And you are greeted by the scent of sweet-smelling fruit. Damp, downy, silvery trees, damp, downy, silvery green moss blankets a gentle upward slope before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of the hill. Dozens of enormous willow trees dot the hillside, swaying as though in a breeze, despite the absence of one. Well, yes, this is where Jingle Jangle resides. He's up here in that little cave at the top. So it looks a bit like a key. That is indeed where Miss Jingle Jangle resides.
I guess it's time to go up the hill.
Yeah. A
You can
giant
get
key.
down now, Matilda.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's okay.
Okay. So you start heading up the hill, And if nothing else, you raise above the level of the swamp water fairly easily. So no problem getting up there once you get across there.
Is
And,
the hill on feet?
yes. There are little
Let's say
feet
man.
underneath the hill.
Okay.
Yeah, but there are feet there. I should have mentioned that. But yes, you can get up here easily enough. And you're following this narrow game trail up the side. And you notice there's some willows either side of you. And as you move up the hill, you see some of these trees become uprooted and move to the center of the trail. And they're kind of standing there, right in your way.
Hello,
Oh.
trees.
Hello.
Oh,
Welcome to Telemy Hill.
thank you.
Why are you here?
To see a goblin.
To see what is this goblin's name?
I don't know. I'm not very good with names.
Jingle Jangle is his name.
Jingle Jangle. Jingle Jangle is our friend. She is friendly. She likes to collect keys. And she talks about the keys endlessly. She loves keys so much that when she walks, you can hear her jingle and jangle as she wears a coat of keys. But Jingle Jangle is an innocent soul. Wouldn't hurt a fly. But now, just 3 nights ago, while rooting around the swamp for truffles, she was attacked and robbed by brigands. She hasn't left her hilltop den since returning to the hill. I'm sure she must be pretty hungry now.
Did the brigands look like bunny rabbits?
They look like, yes, bunny rabbits. Long hair. Long ears. So why do you seek Jingle Jangle?
We have a challenge for her. A lock that we cannot open. And we thought maybe she would like to give it a try.
Oh, there's only one thing she loves more than keys. That is keys that unlock things. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to see you. And with that, the trees kind of part way.
And we
Bye,
continue.
trees.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
You're most welcome. And you follow this animal track. It's not very well worn.
I think we need to go find those bunny people.
Well, we'll see if they stole anything from Jingle Jangle. Maybe she's just scared.
Worn stone steps lead to what feels like a cellar, and it's chilly in here, and you detect a subtle scent of iron in the air. From a distant spot within the chamber, sputtering candles illuminate a multitude of keys dangling from torch trees that crisscross the wall. Hundreds of similar keys litter the floor. And as you take in the scene, you hear the sounds of keys jingling as a goblin emerges from the distance. She wears a coat lined with metal keys and carries a flail that has padlocks for heads. She manages a faint smile and says, "Oh, hello. How might Jingle Jangle unlock a bit of happiness in your lives today?"
We're hoping to unlock happiness for you.
"Oh, you're a soul.
We heard you liked challenges.
Oh, I do like challenges.
We have one.
What is it?"
We have a
It
friend
looks
who's stuck inside a cage.
"Oh yes, that is me. I am Sir Televar, and I'm trapped in here."
Can you open it?
"Oh, of course I can open it. Bring the cage here. Place it on the ground before me." Notice if nothing, Jingle Jangle doesn't have that rough, gravelly voice that someone like Matilda has, for example. It's a very pleasant, melodious voice almost.
Mhm.
"Yes, place it here. Now, of course, I've got to be very, very thorough. No cutting corners, so let me take a moment and inspect the lock." And she gets down. She has to crouch down to see Sir Televar's cage. She spends a good few minutes examining it.
Can I give him guidance?
You can give her guidance, of course.
Yeah.
So roll a d4
Right.
for me. Well, thank you for your magical guidance, of course, but I am very thorough. Some might even say fastidious. So thank you. I don't think I'll be needing it, though. No cutting corners. She goes back into her, back deeper into the kind of the cellar, and you hear the jingle jangle of keys once again. And she comes back, and she's got a silver key in her pocket. Let's see what Jingle Jangle can do. Jingle Jangle needs to be fastidious, needs to be careful. Mr. Fairy Dragon, can you step away, please? Jingle Jangle needs to work. Oh, of course, of course. And Sir Talaver steps back, and she puts the key in the lock. Click. Jingle Jangle has done it again. You are free. And with that, Sir Talaver flaps his wing and does a few loops around the cellar. Oh, that was better. I mean, I'm at my absolute peak when I can fly around. This is very good. So thank you very, very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Now, we owe you a favor.
By the way, Malcolm, you said that all our food was rotten when we woke up today.
Yep.
I also had this apple from the carnival that's rotten away also.
Yes.
Oh, I was going to give that to Jingle Jangle, but never mind then.
So you want to offer reciprocation? I mean, that's what I did. I offer my services freely. But see, Jingle Jangle was digging for truffles in the swamp when a bunch of herringons leapt out from behind the reeds and shrubbery. They took Jingle Jangle's truffles, threw Jingle Jangle down in the mud, and whacked Jingle Jangle with their wooden clubs.
That's kind of mean. I think we ran into the same guys.
Queen, I don't know what's happened. I know it's the work of these hags, but Jingle Jangle does not like it.
Do you have any knowledge of these hags? We heard there was one called Bavlorna, a Blightstraw that lived near here.
It's a horrible creature. Ever since she arrived, this place has turned into a nasty swamp. Jingle Jangle doesn't like it. All these bunnies and people attacking him. It's not what it used to be when Ziblina ruled. Jingle Jangle does not like it.
Well, these bunnies sound like they were trouble to you. So, would you like us to go get something from them?
Jingle Jangle, if you could give Jingle Jangle a solemn vow to avenge the abuse Jingle Jangle suffered at the hands of these brigands, then I will take that as payment. But you must give Jingle Jangle your solemn vow.
Is that the payment you want from us?
The gift of reciprocity, just pretend I'm saying it right, will be fulfilled. I give you the key, and you give Jingle Jangle your solemn vow.
Well, what would be acceptable for you as a result? Because we would like to avoid killing if possible. I mean,
Killing?
would it be okay if we just, I don't know, drive them out of the swamp or convince them not to convince them to leave you alone, something like that?
Jingle Jangle is surprised that you went straight to killing.
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't want to kill, and I apologize for thinking that that was your goal. What would you like us to do with them?
Just 1 second. As you mention, let me just find something quickly. As you say, even mentioned the word killing. You look outside just the cave, and ugly weeds or thorny flowers and vines just sprout up nearby. Look, Jingle Jangle will tell you need to be very careful with your words. Jingle Jangle knows that this place reacts to your emotions. Even the mention of killing has caused weeds to grow up around my cave. I ask you, please, take Jingle Jangle's advice and choose your words carefully.
If we say love and friendship and beauty, would the plants grow more beautiful instead of uglier?
I don't know. I mean, you can't just say love. You have to show love. You have to be positive. Just, the Feywild is smarter than you know.
Maybe you could play us a little song, Kieran. That would cheer things up.
I could try. Would you like to hear a song, Jingle Jangle?
Jingle Jangle would love to hear a song.
I'll play a song about, I don't know, about some thief that successfully unlocked a precious treasure or something. Something that's in the theme of Jingle Jangle and locks and keys.
If possible, Matilda would assist with minor illusion and try to recreate the story as it happens.
And of course,
I'm waiting for it. Okay. Make a performance check at advantage with a d4. Okay. You play a beautiful melodious tune with the backing of illusions and Astrea saying, it's great. And it's fantastic. Jingle Jangle is very much enjoying it. And the weeds don't grow away. But from the weeds, you see a small thing growing inside of the wings. They start out as just a speck, then it grows to kind of a circular shape. Then it gets a little brown cap on it, and then it stops growing. And you look at it, and it's a golden acorn hidden amongst the vines outside.
Look,
I'll
a
go
golden
take it.
acorn. Does that grow often here?
Well, Jingle Jangle hasn't seen a golden acorn before. And I'm not, I mean, you could try burying it. I don't know. But see, this is what I mean. You play music. You do beautiful things. And even for those evil hags is present, they can't truly break the magical nature of the Feywild. So, careful with your
Can I take
words.
the acorn?
Sure.
Okay. Anything happen?
Nope.
Cool.
I mean, you can
Have a
feel the
golden acorn?
texture of it. It doesn't feel like gold, but it's definitely coloured gold. So it's not like a solid gold acorn. But it's definitely gold in colour. And you run your thumbnail through it a little bit, and it's gold all the way through.
Maybe we should try to plant it at the hill, since this is where it came from.
Yeah, Jingle Jangle thinks that it was the gift of music. So this is, the Feywild reciprocating your gesture. So the acorn, I think, should belong to Coon. Not that I know your name yet, but the hoofed one.
That's fine. I was just taking it for the whole of us, but Coon can have. Hoof can have it.
Hoof? Coon? I thought your name was Hoof. What's going on here?
We just pretend we don't know each other's names sometimes for fun.
Make a deception check. Mind you, the Jingle Jangle doesn't say Coon because it isn't a. Well, it's okay. I understand people using nicknames. People used to call me Tally. It's a orc after orc that say, "Look at all the kills he's tallied up." So nicknames, that's fine. No problem. No problem. So,
By the way, what was Astreus's nickname earlier?
Stars.
Stars. Okay.
So,
So,
Coon was
Yeah.
Hoofs, and Matilda was... What was Matilda's?
Huldra, Hextail.
Ultra Hextail, okay. So do I have your solemn vow that you're going to avenge Jingle Jangle's rather beating up? And yes, let's not say the K word, but if you beat them black and blue like they threaten to do to everybody, then I'll consider this gift of reciprocity fulfilled.
Reciprocation.
Reciprocation. The gift of reciprocation. That's an easier way to say it. Do I have your solemn vow?
I mean, can we just say that we'll try? Because we don't know if we'll even meet them again. We can't promise something that we don't know we'll be able to keep. But we would definitely like to do you this favor. But as out of the goodness of our hearts, not just because we promised something.
Do you perhaps know where they are?
Yes, I do. To the northeast of here is the Brigand's Tollway. It's it's got a massive tree in the center of it that's been cut off. If you head there, you'll find the Brigand's Tollway. It's a series of old catwalks that circle a giant tree stump. The brigands come atop of the stump because it gives them good advantage of the high ground.
Is it just the half a dozen that we've met, or are there more there?
More.
Do you know how many more?
Well, there's more than 6. Let's see. Maybe a good 20, something like that.
Ooh, that's a lot. Oh, by the way, just stars. Can your magic maybe make these vines a little more beautiful? Maybe sprout some flower petals out of the leaves and whatever. I
I'm not that good with plant life. I can
okay.
make more vines come out of the ground, or I can make berries come out of the ground.
Out of the game, doesn't Druidcraft like create flower petals on plants?
I don't have druidcraft.
Oh, you don't. I thought
It's
you cast it
Idolux that
earlier.
does.
Yeah, I have Druidcraft. It says you instantly make flower blossoms, a seed pod open, or a leaf bud bloom.
How do you have Druidcraft if you're a cleric? Are you a nature cleric?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Okay, yeah, okay. Then I'm addressing Idolux. Sorry. Cool. Sorry. This is why I like to have a class and a race in the name for the first few sessions, just so I get used to everyone.
Yeah, I can do that. No worries.
But yeah, I'll ask Idolux if his Druidcraft can like make the whole place a little more beautiful before we leave.
I guess I could try.
Sure. Yeah, so you cast Druidcraft and all these little bits and pieces start growing out of the ground. The flowers start, coming out of the ground, and the vines that was created by the mention of killing now look quite pleasant and quite a nice, pleasant environment around the cave. Oh, Jingle Jangle likes that.
We thought you would. If we manage to pay those Harangon back for what they did to you, we'll let you know so you'll be able to sleep better. Is that okay?
Thank you. That Jingle Jangle likes that. I mean, Jingle Jangle does feel quite safe here. The hill defends me with its trees, and every so often we go for a little jaunt around, so I feel safe enough.
Good to know.
We can actually let you know. And you can see Matilda cut off a lock of her hair. The same one that you've seen cut off earlier. It's grown back. And tie it in a little string and hand it to Jingle Jangle. With this, I can contact you when the deed is done.
Oh, thank you very much. And Jingle Jangle ties it around one of the keys that's on her chest. And tell me, what are you doing here? What brings you to this place?
We've come to cuddle, but not really cuddle. The hag.
Oh, you're dealing with
Of Lorna Blystraw.
Yeah, they took some things from us when we were children. We were at the carnival, and then the people there took some things from us, and then probably gave them to the hags. I don't know, but we think they have them.
Oh, well, okay, well, yes, the hags. I mean, they be very careful when you deal with them. I mean, poor Jingle Jangle. I once saw the hags help an attempt to undo a desperate curse that was wrought upon poor Jingle Jangle. Wherever I went, I felt a tormenting fear on being caught of the wrong side of a locked door. I just feared being trapped, and It was driving poor Jingle Jangle crazy. But when I appealed to Bevlorna for aid, she did remove the ability to perceive that fear, but replaced it with this insatiable and overwhelming need to collect keys. So be careful what you wish for, because the hag will grant it, but you might end up like poor Jingle Jangle.
We'll be careful. But thank you for the warning.
Yes. And if you're looking for a good place, a good guide around this area, which we call Hither, I suggest you go look for a scarecrow. He's got a pincid clawed scarecrow named Clapperclaw. And he hangs around Downfall and knows the way to the neighbouring realm of Hither. If you wish to further look around Prismere, I suggest you find out Clapperclaw, and he can take you to Hither.
Where
Thank
are
you.
we now, sorry?
Hither!
Okay, they sound
All right. From the
Uh,
rhyme.
Are there any other places like Hither and Thither here? I think we heard of another one. One for each of the hags, right?
Yes. As players, see if you can guess what the other one is, the last one. There's Hither,
It's
Hither, and...
It's what we said in the last session.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
And what was it?
Show where, here and there, yonder.
Hither, Tither, and Yon. And at the moment, you're in Hither, and she told you that Clapperclaw could take you to Tither.
And off to Yon from there.
Well, Clapperclaw can get you to Tither. I'm not sure about Yon. But one more piece of advice that Clapperclaw could give you, if you'd, I'm sure this information from Clapperclaw will be interesting to you. Agdon Longstaff is the leader of the Haragon Brigands, and he wears a bright blue scarf. He moves as fast as lightning. You might, in fact, meet him if you head to the Brigands' Tollway.
What did you say his name is?
I'll put it in chat. Agdon Longscarf.
Thank you.
But we can't take on 20 brigands.
Well, maybe we won't have to. Maybe we can give them something in return, or I don't know. We'll see
Just a
if
sec.
we-
What did Jingle Jangle ask us to do? Was it to get something that they took from her, or was it just to teach them a lesson?
Just to teach them a lesson.
Yeah, okay.
Her exact words were to avenge the abuse. And the abuse was, she was beaten up, her truffles were stolen, and she was beaten black and blue and thrown into the mud.
So, but we've not actually given our word.
No, we're still there with Jingle Jangle, but Kuhn is avoiding giving a promise in the Feywild, so maybe follow his example. Just beat around the bush, like say you're gonna do something, but never promise it.
Jingle Jangle.
Yes.
By any chance, do you have any broken keys?
Yes, but I'm mending the keys. I must keep them shiny and clean.
I can mend them for you just to say thanks.
Oh, that would be marvelous. And Jingle Jangle goes back and says, Jingle Jangle has been working on these 3 keys for a while, and she lays them down on the ground. Jingle Jangle would very much like it if you made her keys even more shiny and clean.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast mending on them.
Okay, you cast mending on them, and each of the keys come back into a perfect shape. Oh, you are the best. Jingle Jangle thanks you. And, yes, you are most kind. Just looking at it. And, this is something I found. Yes, these are gingerbread cookies. Actually, no, gingerbread cookies. Yes. So, here, take these, and thank you for mending my keys. These are gingerbread cookies that I found when I was out foraging. You see, they're shaped like elves and all stacked together on a wooden plate. So thank you. Yes, thank you very much.
Stars, my name is Stars.
Stars, thank you, Stars. So enjoy the gingerbread cookies.
Don't you
Thank
want
you.
any Jingle Jangle?
No. It's fine. He mended my keys. Cookies seems like
Well.
a good trade for me.
Thank you then.
And then at that point, I'm gonna offer Jingle Jangle a good berry. There should be 6 left.
Oh, thank you. Oh, well, thank you. For the good berry. Would you like me to eat this now, or?
No, but mine tasted like raspberry this morning. Just so you know.
Oh, okay.
Just eat it before the next morning, or it'll go bad.
Okay.
It'll be a bad berry.
This is something else I found. And she goes back, and you hear her clattering around, and the wooden stick. And she comes back, and a wisp of sweet candy mist, similar in consistency and taste to cotton candy. Now try this. It's very, very, very sweet. And so Telemis, I love cotton candy. I love all things candy. Well, could I have that, please?
Of course.
And
you can have the cotton candy.
and Sir Talavir chomps it down quite greedily. Says, "Well, I must say, honor and everything is at my utmost responsibility. Honor is more than anything to me, except for the sweet delights of candy. My nightly oaths attested strongly by my craving for candy, but this, oh my goodness, this is delicious. Thank you so much."
Well, I guess we'll be we'll be on our way. We've taken up enough of your time. Have a nice day, and we'll let you know what happens with the Herringon.
Thank
I
you.
think we should give her something else.
No, it's not necessary. It's not necessary.
Okay. Well, goodbye then. Thank you for letting Sir Talvalar out of the cage.
Yes. Most gracious indeed. Thank you so much. Okay, and you bid farewell to Jingle Jangle and start heading.
And then Astraeus does a big wave as he goes.
Jingle Jangle waves back. Now, as you head down
Oh,
the hill, the trees that blocked your path before, and indeed all the trees, they start to dance around you joyously, doing really slow dancing, but they're going around you. They seem very joyful trees. And they say, Telemi Hill thanks you. Thank you. They dance and they prance and they're having a good time around you. You guys do anything?
I'll take out a harp and try to play a song in the rhythm of their dance.
Matilda's going to create minor illusions of squirrels dancing and playing around in the
Now I'm
tree.
going to cast guidance.
So we just take it
I
as
guess-
written that anytime Kuhn plays a tune, Matilda does illusions and Astraeus does guidance.
Yes.
How are you helping out, Edelix?
Druidcraft.
Ah, there you go. So dancing vines added to it. Performance at advantage plus a d4.
We were wandering one-man band with 3 support.
Just one man in the band, and the rest are special effects crew.
Well, let's see the roll.
For performance?
At advantage with a d4.
Oh,
I love the tone of your voice at that point.
Wow. Wow, 28. Fantastic. Perfect harmony with the trees. And they dance and they go, it's very pleasant. And one of the trees says, "Oh, we have a gift for you." So many tables here. Sorry. And as you leave, one of these awakened trees starts dancing around you. An appreciation, they give you this key. And the tree mysteriously claims that this key will be useful later. It's an iron key.
Matilda, you want to hold on to that?
Oh yeah, sure.
Cool.
I will hand the tree a good berry.
The tree politely declines. I don't know, maybe that's a relative of mine. I prefer not to eat fruit if it's all the same to you.
I think I just ate soil.
Yeah, sorry,
Um,
exactly.
But I need to give him something.
As the beautiful music goes and the trees start dancing, you notice like birds and crickets start whirling around you, and they're almost singing in harmony with you guys as well.
Since they gave us, did they give us the key in return for our song, or do we need to give them something back?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think I don't know, make an insight check.
Okay.
You get the feeling, Kuhn anyway, that it's partly from the song you're playing and partly for helping their friend as well. And they gave you the key because you helped their friend and you're nice people. So
Okay,
they
so we're not,
reciprocated by giving you the key.
Okay. We don't owe them a different item in return. Okay. We don't want to insult them. That's why.
Okay. So,
By the way, the golden acorn. Did I take it or did I give it to someone?
that's up to you. I mean, Jingle Jangle
I
said Kuhn should have
I
it.
took it and then offered it to you.
Yeah, I wanted to give. I actually wanted to give it to you for safekeeping. So if you want it, you can keep it.
Okay, I'll keep it.
I was just asking so I know whether to add it to the inventory, but I'd rather see you keep it.
That's fine.
Okay. So you leave Telemy Hill and start your voyage more towards the north, which I told you where Telemy Hill, where the Brigands' Tollway was. As you get a reasonable distance away from Tellyme Hill, does in fact spring feet and start heading off to the east. East? Yeah, east.
Wow, my god, guys. Look. The mountain's moving.
I can honestly say I've never seen something like this before. And by the way, are we actually gonna go deal with the herringons intentionally, or are we just gonna deal with them in case we meet them? Because it seems like there's a lot of them, and not sure we can handle them if they turn.
No, but all we need